Good morning, students. Today we are going to do the second chapter of our basic English grammar book, and the chapter is comparison of adverbs. And this is the second part of the chapter. And till now, we have done two rules of positioning adverbs in a sentence. And today we are going to start with the third rule of positioning an adverb in a sentence. So let's start. For emphasis, adverbs of time may also be placed at the beginning of the sentence. So if there is an adverb and that too of time. So if you want to emphasize on time, then this adverb can either be used at the back of the sentence or for putting more emphasis, or to pressurize time it can be used in the front also. For example, we went to see a film yesterday. Here adverb is used at the back, and yesterday we went to see a film, here it is used in front or the beginning of the sentence, and both these sentences are correct. Now the next one, adverbs of frequency, which gives the answer of how often. Adverbs of degree means how much the work has been done, and adverb of manner, which gives the answer how some work has taken place. So when there are adverbs of frequency, adverbs of degree, and adverbs of manner, then there are certain rules of placing them. So if these adverbs are present, then after the verb, if the verb is an helping verb, then these adverbs are used after the verb. Okay, after the helping verb. For example, he is often absent from the practical classes. So here is a helping verb. We were quite in time for the film. So here were is the helping verb and quite is an adverb. Yes, the next rule is these adverbs are used between the subject and the verb. If the verb consists of one word, means if there is only the main verb and there is no helping verb, then these adverbs are placed between the subject and the verb. For example, he never comes to the school in time. So he is the subject and comes is the verb, and never is the adverb which has come between he and comes. Next, after the first word, if the verb consists of more than one word. So if there are two verbs, that is one is a helping verb and the other one is the main verb, then uh, the adverb will come after the first helping verb. The postman has just delivered this letter. So here has is the helping verb, and so just, which is an adverb, has come after this helping verb, and deliver is the main verb. Before the verbs have to and used to. So if in the sentence there are verbs have to or used to, then the adverbs will come before the main verb. For example, we often had to. So here had to is used, so the adverb is used before had to. She always used to visit my place on Sundays. So because used to phrase is here, so always, that is an adverb, is used in front of it. Now, adverbs of time uh, are placed before the verb they modify. Okay, so they are placed before the verbs which they modify. For example, he always speaks the truth. Here speak is the word which the adverb is modifying, and the adverb is always, so it is put before the main verb. He never does anybody wrong, so here does is the main verb and adverb is placed just before the verb it modifies, that is does. Okay, now if the verb consists of more than one word, the adverb of time are placed after the first word. So if there are two verbs, that is one is the helping verb and the next one is the main verb, So the adverb is placed just after the helping verb. She never does her homework in time. He will soon be here. So here will is an helping verb and be is the main verb here. They are still waiting for him. Now are is the helping verb and waiting is the main verb. So still is placed between the helping verb and the main verb. Now there is a word enough. If this word is used as an adverb, then it is placed just after the verb that it modifies. For example, she is rich enough to buy a car. He acted wisely enough to win praise. But if this word enough is used as an adjective, then it can be placed before or after the noun. So it can be placed before or after the noun, it modifies. For example, there is enough food for everybody. So here enough is used before food and it can be used after food also. And both the sentences are correct. There is food enough for everybody. Now, the next rule, only. There is one word only which needs a careful handling. Means it can be it can have many places. It can have different places according to different sentences. It can be placed next to the word it applies. It can be put before verbs, adjectives and adverbs, and it can be put either before nouns and pronouns. So the use of only depends on the sentence. So, for example, there are certain sentences, and according to the place of only, the meaning of the sentence also changes. For example, only he helps his friend with money. This sentence means only he is the one who helps his friend and no other help his friend. Second sentence, he only helped his friend with money, means he merely helped his friend with money. Third, he helped only his friend with money. It means that he helped his friend only with money and no other thing. Then he helped his friend he with money only to buy a car. So he, in this sentence, it means that he helped his friend with money only to buy a car and nothing else. Now the ninth rule, and you must understand this rule properly because this will be helpful in rearranging the jumbled sentences. If there are jumbled words, then with the help of this rule you can rearrange them. When there are two or more adverbs after a verb and its objects, the normal order is. So if there are more than two adverbs or more than two adverbs, then there is a particular order. So what is the order? uh, if there are three adverbs, one is of manner, adverb of place, and adverb of time. So the adverb of manner will be placed first. Adverb of place will be at the second position, and adverb of time will be at the third position. For example, she acted well on the stage this evening. So well is the adverb of manner, on the stage is adverb of place, and this evening is the adverb of time. Okay, so let's do one or two sentences of the third exercise, which is based on this rule. He played the guitar brilliantly in the concert last night. So he played the guitar. Now brilliantly is the adverb of manner, so it will be placed first. In the concert is the place, so it will be play positioned at the second place, and last night is the time. So this sentence will be he played the guitar brilliantly in the concert last night. Now the next, the speaker spoke. How he spoke? Forcefully. So forcefully will come after spoke. And what is the place? At the meeting. And what is the time? Yesterday. So what will be the sentence? The speaker spoke forcefully at the meeting yesterday. So in the same manner, you have to complete this exercise in your book. And same is The fourth exercise, here also you have to rewrite the sentences according to the position of the adverbs. So you have to do this exercise also in your book. So rest we will do in our next video. Thank you very much.